Lying just off the South Australian coast, Australia's third largest island is best known as a wildlife haven and a popular tourist drawcard. But now almost half of Kangaroo Island is a charred and blackened wasteland.
This thing was a monster. It was extremely wide, very powerful. It roared like locomotives. I think now that I was quite fortunate to survive it. So slate does burn. Good pool table, that one.
Johnny Gloyn is an artist who lives with his family on a property near the centre of the island. 10 days ago, fire destroyed his bed and breakfast and gallery, but thankfully left his home untouched.
The whole place was just obliterated. Everything was burnt, sticks, trees, everything just wiped out. There was nothing could stop this firestorm at all. Well, my income has gone, that's for sure.
Maybe cleaning plants because David and Lynn have lost.
The absolute devastation, the loss, you can't even comprehend it. It's surreal.
Catherine KEWLEY manages a local charity on the island. She's been getting donations of emergency supplies and cash from all over the country.
We're helping everybody that we can. We're helping all the families that are directly affected by the bushfires. People have lost their jobs. People have lost their livelihood. People have lost what gives them their identity in their mind. So it's long-term impact to the island that's not going to come to light for quite a long time. Hello. You have to give me this one. I don't have room.
We've lost our home and the devastation is horrific. But there is life there still. I saw some kangaroos in the background and I went to go near them and they hopped off. They weren't injured. I'm holding on to the fact that there is life and we're going to grab as much as we can.
Many people in Kingscote have been anxiously waiting to return to their homes threatened by fire. Single mum Penny Lewis, who lives on a farm near the town of Pandana, has been evacuated 3 times in the last couple of weeks.
Gonna go on the swing? The last few days have been just really terrible. It's already chaotic enough having 3 toddlers, well 2 toddlers and a baby, and yeah, we've just constantly been like packing and on edge, like I haven't slept in days. And I'm just always afraid, like always just looking out my window thinking like, is a fire gonna come, attack my house and my kids? Mum's gonna get you.
Penny has been staying at a friend's house in town with her 2 toddlers and her newborn, who was only 2 weeks old when the fires first hit.
Can you see the smoke, Benna? I'm not meant to be lifting anything heavier than my baby, and hauling things into my car and out of my car and driving around in the middle of the night evacuating. And then, you think it's okay, so you go home and you unpack your whole car, and then you find out a couple of days later you've got to evacuate again. There you go.
At the Hanson Bay Wildlife Sanctuary on the western end of the island, the loss is near total. Co-owner Jim Geddes now faces rebuilding from almost nothing. But the real lasting damage is to the wildlife itself, with the burned remains of more than 700 native animals found so far.
The fire went through virtually all of the sanctuary, so that's over 2,000 hectares, but it really devastated the koala habitat.
Over the past few days, soldiers from the Australian and New Zealand Defence Forces have arrived to begin the grim task of searching for injured and burned wildlife.
We're really, really thankful to the Army for bringing 90 guys here and helping us out in this really devastating time. The first wave died in the fire. The second wave, which we're dealing with now, were either injured in the fire or struggling to find sufficient food to live until the rainy season comes.
As soldiers patrol scorched bushland around the sanctuary, they look for signs of life, bringing back young koalas to be treated and fed by vets.
You put your hand right over his body at the back. That's it. So you're going to have control over his movement. So you got nice big hand. So if you put that, he will settle eventually.
Well, it's very different from my normal job, but it's pretty cool, I have to say.
Have you ever done this sort of thing before in young?
Never, no.
It's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's definitely not the everyday job, but we're happy to help support any way we can.
It's always hard to see Australia in a distressful situation. The fire here doesn't discriminate. It is swept through and it is very devastating. The good news is we've seen a lot of live animals, so there's a lot of good news here as well.
More water, wow.
A lot of the vegetation will grow back fairly quickly. You know, all we need is some good rain and a lot of things will bounce back. That is less so for the koalas though, because a lot of the trees have been destroyed and they will take many years to grow back.
But there are also signs of hope among the ashes.
We're very, very pleased that this wedding could go on because business has to go on, and we certainly weren't going to let a bride and bridegroom down on this special day.
At the Yacht Club in Kingscote, Country Fire Service volunteer and former Kangaroo Island Mayor Peter CLEMENTS has just driven a busload of guests to a wedding by the beach.
And I've just left the fire ground about 2 or 3 hours ago. I smell like smoke. The guests were so forgiving. I explained to them that I didn't have time to change. The difficulty is that people are so emotionally strained at this stage, and there are a lot of people that just need to see some hope and some an event going on that gives them some further security. It is a disaster for Kangaroo Island, and people are going to need a spark of hope to be able to move in that direction.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.